general impressions, I mean, just we had them for 3 quarters. I mean, we talked about wanting to control the pace. We talked about wanting to negate their transition, handle their pressure, and for 3 quarters we did that. Westlake did a real nice job. Once they had to pull us out of our zone, they did a nice job of attacking the gaps and dribble penetration, opening up some passes for the bigs inside. And we know the final score of the game was pretty large, but we also know that there are not that many points better than us. All right, we're every bit as good as that team, but they did a great job in the 4th period.
Jack, you're coming off a sensational game against Seneca Valley where you dropped 34. Tell me a little bit about your mindset coming into this game and trying to continue the role you're on.
When I came in the game, I know a certain play that we run gets me open in my mid-range jumper, and that's what I was looking for early in the game, but a lot of my jump shots weren't going in, and I just tried to attack the paint, and then a couple of times I attacked the paint. My mid-range came on, but just seeing my mid-range wasn't on that great tonight.
Just being here for the first time, can you talk about how you guys approach this, just being in this building for the first time?
For the first time as a group?
Yes.
Okay, sure. I mean, we talked before the game. We emphasized a lot of the same things that we had been emphasizing before games, the entire playoffs. All right, what we had done throughout the first 4 games of the playoffs was very effective, and we didn't need to do a whole lot to change things up. So our mindset really was more, yes, we wanted the guys to enjoy the atmosphere and enjoy being here, because that's an important part of the process. But the mindset was we wanted to do what we needed to do to win the game. I thought we had a good game plan. I thought the guys executed it very well for the most part of the game. But we definitely wanted the guys to enjoy being here, because you think about where we were last year. We were 4-17. The year before, we were 4-17. As a program, we hadn't been here in 11 years. These guys did something very special, and with both of these guys coming back next year, and our 4 best players being juniors, we did talk in the locker room after the game about where Westlake was last year. They were in the same boat we were. They lost while they came here, and certainly that experience, I'm sure, prepared them for here. But it's a great experience. It's only 4 teams get to do it in the 3A, and we'll over a few days or a few weeks, we're going to get perspective, and it hurts for these 2 a lot right now, but over time we're going to get perspective, and I think we're going to really realize that this really was something very special.
Thomas, you hit a couple deep shots that really kind of got your guys going. Then it seemed like their defense really started to kind of key in on you. You didn't get as many open looks. What did they do defensively that kind of negated your ability to get those?
Well, in the second half, they started to face guard me at the beginning, and then for our offense, I usually initiate the offense with the pass, for our motion offense. But I wasn't able to get open to get the ball to create the offense and create looks for guys. So that created more of a load for Jack to carry, for me to get open and then just create something. But just got to keep working and keep trying to get open.
Hey Jack, late in the 3rd quarter, you had a block shot that led to a fast break layup from Carter. At that point, and right before that, you got blocked when Thomas almost went out of bounds and got a ball down to you. At that point, did you guys think, hey, we need to match their intensity and really take it to them?
I think Thomas made a great play, and I think I took too long. I should have just kept on going full speed up for the fast break layup. And I didn't know if there was a guy right behind me, because I knew the guy was right on my hip, so I was just gonna wait for him to get by. I didn't know there was a guy coming. But then on defense, I just saw the guy go baseline, and automatically when I get the rebound, I try to look right up. So I just saw Carter running down the court, and I just led him, and he got open layup.
It seems like the most telling statistic when I look at this sheet is you guys got out-rebounded 45-23. What do you do when you play a team that's obviously a lot bigger than you in the front court? Mm-hmm. How do you compensate for that?
Well, we knew going in that if we went to, number one, we box out much better out of man to man, and for obvious reasons. But We knew that a weakness for ours at points throughout the season was boxing out at a 13 or a 1-3-1. But we felt like in order to slow them down and to make the game more of our pace, that we needed to play that sort of defense. You see, we're not real big, all right, in terms of across the board, we're not real big. We just really try to emphasize in our 1-3-1, our top man coming down and giving us more bodies, but. 44 and 24. I mean, they're just big bodies, and there were a couple times I thought we had position, and they just when they have that size advantage, it's tough. I would agree 100% with you that was a difference in the game. The coaches and I were even talking at one point during the fourth quarter that it seemed like every time that we forced them into a bad shot, they still got another good look because they were able to keep possessions alive and extend possessions, and we weren't able to. And I think. I'm sure when I break down the film, I'm going to see that their second chance points is probably the difference in the game.
Can you guys talk a little bit about the tribe?
The tribe?
Fans,
There's always been a tribe for like any sport we have for like football or like girls soccer or anything, and it's normally just like the seniors line up in the front, and then everybody else just goes in the back and they lead the chants and everything. It's been a Linganore tradition for I don't know how many years now, and it's really special to be a part of it for the guys in the stands, and they create momentum for us whenever we score baskets, and it gets us going.
You guys have seen back-to-back 4-win seasons, as Coach mentioned, and now you're looking at a starting 5 where you're only going to lose one senior heading into next year. Where do you guys see this team going, and also for Jack and Thomas, what kind of progress have you already seen in this program just in the last few years?
And honestly, I'd like to hear where Jack and Thomas see us going. I know exactly where I see us going. I think we're all on the same page.
It was definitely hard last year because we had 4 sophomores last year on varsity, and it was very tough our freshman and sophomore year only winning 8 games combined on varsity. And we knew that we had a lot of people coming back and a couple people coming up from JV too that were going to be well. And we knew that it would be a special season, and we just kept working hard in the off season, and we just ended up here, and it was a great feeling.
Thoughts on next year? Is this one of those where you wish next year was here already?
Nah, this is a thorn right all over my body. We just got to work hard the whole off season, prepare for next year. It's a bad feeling in everybody's stomach.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from with that question in terms of being anxious to start, but Thomas is spot on. I mean, we got some things that we got to work on. We got players that need to get better in certain areas, and the other thing too is I think to move forward as a program and to benefit from this experience, we have to have time to reflect on it and time to reflect on what we did well and what we need to do better. So yeah, in terms of being anxious for next season, there's no question that the 3 of us are, but we also know there's preparation that needs to be done, in any off season.
So you hit a 3 the buzzer beater just before the half to tie the game up from beyond NBA range. Is that something you like to do in your downtime, kind of take some shots from gym or range, or is that something you don't usually pull out during games?
It's in the off season I had to work on stuff to expand my game, and one of those was shooting from deep range, and so I've been practicing that for a while now. And one of our games for a buzzer beater, I pulled up from half court and almost made it, but it's just something to add to my game that we need so I can be more dominant and open up stuff for other guys as well.
It's